Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is how I beat the Tadpoles with 2 pets for the world quest, Dazed and Confused and Adorable. The Beguiling Orb can be found here on the beach in Azsuna. It's only available to engage when the world quest is up, and you can use this fight to get experience for a level 1 pet. In my first slot, I have my Zomstrok with Infected Claw, Shell Shield, and Carpnado. This guy drops on an island in Wad's Shadowmoon Valley, and he works really well in this fight. You could swap him out for a snail pet if needed, but the fight will take quite a bit longer. In my second slot, I've got my leveling pet, which in this case is my new Beguiled. Last, I've got my Bone Spider for backup with Bone Bite, Sticky Web, and Leech Life. The Bone Spider is good because of his speed, but if you don't have him, just bring your best undead pet. Okay, so Safari hat on, make sure that your Zomstrok is in your first slot and not your leveling pet, and we get started. On round 1, we use Shell Shield. There we go, so he's going to Acid Touch, which is fine, that's a dot, and Shell Shield will mitigate all of it. You can just start spamming Infected Claw at this point. I like to use Carpnado against all 3 of them when they're all 3 up, and then I stop using it once the first one goes down, but it's not really important. I just really like using it because it's called Carpnado. And then Infected Claw is what you're going to be spamming after that. So for pretty much the entire time your Zomstrok is out, which is going to be as long as he'll live, you want to maintain your Shell Shield buff and spam Infected Claw, and that is going to be very effective, especially against this first Allured Tadpole because he uses Stampede. And you're going to mitigate pretty much all of that, as well as the acidic touch damage. So these guys, I didn't establish whether or not this was true, but they may or may not randomize their moves like the Mana Fiends do. In that case, use your best judgment, but it's the same strategy of using Shell Shield and then Infected Claw is going to be very strong against all of them because it works pretty good against all of them. So here I actually make the mistake of letting my Shell Shield drop off. I really should have done that instead of Infected Claw in that round. The Confused Tadpole does quite a bit of damage and he can stun you. I believe that was a, he clobbers you, so you do get stunned. But you should be in pretty good shape to finish him off anyways, because you do just such strong damage to him, and he doesn't have that much health. So he's going to chop you down quite a bit, but you are an undead, so you do have Trick up your sleeve. That's 2 tadpoles down on 1 pet from you, and then just do as much damage as you can to the Subjugated Tadpole. He's going to go ahead and Heroic Leap, so you want that to land on your Zomstrok, because that does have a fairly long cooldown. So once your Zomstrok eats that, it won't be up for a little bit to hit your backup pet. And Zomstrok goes down, but he still has his Undead Racial time. This will do a little bit less damage because the Undead Racial is getting nerfed in Legion. He's going to do 25% less damage while on this immunity round, but that's okay. We're just kind of getting whatever we can at this point. So we have done as much as we can with that pet, and he did very well. He got really good mileage, and then you bring in your leveling pet once your Zomstrok dies, and then you just switch it out right away because it's not starting the fight. You don't need to use a move, so just bring it in, switch it out, won't take any damage. And then you want to just finish off the fight. So the Bone Spider is faster. If I was concerned about my health, I could go for like a Sticky Web Leech Life combo. But I believe that I have enough damage to just burst him down very quickly using Bone Bite, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And one more ought to do it. And here, let's see. There we go. So down goes the Tadpole, and how much experience we're getting. So Beguiled has 5,000 experience and has popped up to level 13, and I believe I started from 7 there. And that's how I beat up some super cute tadpoles. It's nice having fights like this to give a good start to the new level 1 pets we're picking up in Legion. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!